Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. I am watering my seedlings. My plants hatched. I'm just joking, guys. I know that's not a proper term. Yeah, husband is working from home now, which is good. I spent the weekend learning how to make face masks. I made 6 of them for my cousin who is a hospice nurse. She took them in for her and her coworkers. And then I made 2 for a grooming client. She has COPD. Not really sure exactly what that is other than like it's a lung thing. So I made one for her and her husband. And then I made one for a coworker who's an older lady. She's in her 70s. So, and then a local church is taking face mask donations. So I'm going to make a batch sometime today. And I'm going to take and drop them off at the church. They have like a walk box, so you don't have to like come in contact with anybody. But I'll show you guys my broccoli sprouts. I'm excited. Nothing else is coming up yet, but we're gonna have broccoli to eat. So there's my broccoli sprouts. I mean, almost all of them have come up except for this guy back here. All but one. Which isn't bad in my opinion. I mean, there's 8 of them here. I think 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, there's 12. Okay. Well, 11 of them. Not bad. Nothing else is doing anything. One of these looked like something might be coming up in them. I'm not sure which one it was. Was it this one? Right back here. That guy right there feels a little rubbery, so I wonder if that's not the start of a leaf getting ready to come up. But I'm just back here watering all of these guys. And yeah, maybe more will start popping up here sooner rather than later. I picked some more seeds up from looking the other day. I stopped in to get some stuff for the dog. So I need to get these planted. So I'm pretty excited about my little garden. Can't wait to see how it all does and if I don't kill it all. So this morning I'm working on making biscuits and gravy. I was just gonna do like biscuits and like biscuits and jelly or like egg sandwiches, but our milk is getting close today. It expires on the 25th and it's probably like the 23rd or the 24th. So I figured using up the rest of this, probably like 1/4 of a jug here, to make gravy would be an excellent use for it. We're really trying to operate under like a waste not, want not thing. So any perishable items that's getting ready to go, or like anything in the fridge is like what we're putting our main focus on. So the biscuits need to get ate up because they were refrigerated biscuits, and then the milk's gonna be turning soon, so get that used up as well. I'd like to know how you guys are eating. Like, are you strategizing what you eat, or are you just eating whatever you bought? I'm curious. Like, if you did a stockpile, if you guys have enough food for a month, are you eating strategically, or are you just eating whatever you want to eat? We're trying to make our food. We stockpiled comfortably for a full month, but we're trying to make food stretch as long as possible, make as many meals out of things as possible. So I feel like we haven't even touched hardly anything out of our pantry other than to get Levi some snacks and like some macaroni and cheese. So everything we've been making has been what we can stretch out of what we have in the fridge. So yeah, like we had some shredded beef, and we used that for several different meals. We had sandwiches, we had, I guess there's only 2 different meals. We had sandwiches and we had steak quesadillas with it out of one package. The second package, we used it to do, we just ate that. What did we do with that? I don't remember. We just made some and ate it the other day, and I forget what we did with it. And then we had some steak, but the steak was only worth one meal. And we had a chuck roast. I think it's called chuck roast. And it lasted us a couple meals, and then I still got leftovers from the veggies from that, so we've been using that as sides for other things instead of like doing french fries or something. What did I do with that other thing of chops? I don't know what I did with that steak. I just made it like 2 days ago. Anyway, we're gonna make some biscuits and gravy. another example of stretching our food. These are some of the veggies that were in that roast I was telling you guys about. Carrots, potatoes, green beans, and there's some chunks of roast still in there. We had these as a side last night for dinner, but my husband didn't eat all of his, but I didn't want to heat them back up. So I'm just putting a little bit on top of the dog's bowl. The veggies are good for his coat, they're good for him, and they're not hurting his feelings any, and he's getting him to eat his dry dog food. So waste not, whatnot. Okay, so here's another little like meal idea if you guys make biscuits and gravy as well. We always end up with leftover gravy. So what we do a lot of times is do up chicken fried steak, but I don't really feel like making chicken fried steaks. It's kind of a lot of work. You like batter it and all that stuff. So what we have here is some pork tenderloins. A local restaurant here they've been around since like the 1800s. They're called Artie's, and they only take cash, which kind of sucks. I never think to go eat there because I never have cash on me. But I used to eat there a lot when I was little. I used to go there a lot with my grandparents. They've got the best pork tenderloins, and right now, like, all small businesses are kind of struggling financially because of everything just shutting down. So they put a thing out where like you could go buy a pack of 12 frozen pork tenderloins, and they already have them battered and ready to go. And yeah, you could buy a pack of 12 for 20. So I stopped in the other day and bought a pack of 12 for 20. And I thought we might just kind of get tired of repetitively eating pork tenderloin sandwiches, especially since one of our nephews did a fundraiser a couple months ago where he was selling pork tenderloins, and we bought a whole bunch from them. So, which we've already eaten those. We like pork tenderloins, but I feel like after eating all of those, we're kind of like I just bought these to support, you know? So I thought we would try frying those up the way you're supposed to, but then instead of eating it like a sandwich, we're gonna eat it with gravy on top. So like, be like a chicken fried steak, but it'll be, or country fried steak, however you say that, but it'll be with pork tenderloins instead. So it'll be interesting to try that, but we're gonna eat that for dinner tonight. So I've got these out here to thaw. Ooh. I've got these out to thaw. They're frozen. So I got them out to thaw, obviously. If they weren't frozen, how would they be thawing? I need a shower. I'm looking like a grease ball, really. But I'm gonna clean this whole kitchen up and see if I can't hop in the shower. So we're sitting in here playing Play-Doh. Got all that out, trying to keep him busy. It is too wet to go OUTSIDE. But he wants to in the worst way. So I'm just trying to keep him entertained in here, otherwise he would be a muddy mess outside. And it's also only like maybe 40 degrees. I'm not against muddy mouses when it's warmer, but I don't want to deal with a muddy mess when it's like 40 degrees outside. It's a little too chilly to be playing in the water. So we're just gonna sit here and play Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
Yep, Play-Doh.
Never had a Play-Doh that one for you. Take a wow one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did do that. So what what's that?
It's a circle.
A circle. It's a circle. Oh no, we missed. I swear it's a circle. I love it.
What's that?
A monkey.
A ducky.
A ducky. It's a monkey.
See. Quack, 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 quack.
It's a monkey.
Quack, quack.
It's a monkey. The monkey. And the monkey. And the monkey. And the monkey. It's just a monkey. It's just a monkey.
Touch the monkey.
It's just a...
I'm squishing the monkey. Hey guys, it's still Monday. It's in the evening. Indiana has announced that they are going to be going on a shelter-in-place lockdown kind of a thing. I mean, nothing's really changing that much from what we're doing now, other than I think maybe you can't go to parks and like Maybe they're giving you tickets or something. Like they're just kind of making it more strict. Ira is in the jumper watching Blue's Clues. So right now I'm sitting down working on making some face masks. I really hope that, and I'm sure that they do, but wherever they're going, I hope that they're like sanitizing these. I can't imagine why they wouldn't, because you don't know where they're coming from. But I got kids, dogs, cats, lots of allergens here. I keep putting them on my own face to measure with. But I've got 2 done right now. That's what they look like. I've got tons of fabric. You guys know I inherited a bunch of stuff from my grandma. One of which being 3 storage totes full of fabric that I've never done anything with. And they've sit in my basement for 5 years. So, and that also includes her sewing machine. So I got that out yesterday and learned how to use it. I learned how to make face masks, and here we are. Just using all the fabric that I have. So what I'm doing is they're double lined. And then in the middle, to hopefully act as some kind of a filtration system, is batting, which is just something that you would use when you're quilting. But it's a very like thick, not thick, but like it's dense and fibrous. It kind of reminds me of like a filtration system, like an air filter kind of a material. It's what it reminds me of. This is all just guessing here. There's no science behind this, but this is just like, I had it and I thought, you know, maybe this would be a good thing to line inside the masks with. You're not able to like switch them out the way that I made it, so maybe I'm doing it wrong. I should be doing it differently. But you know what? I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. I've never used a sewing machine until yesterday. I never came up with a pattern or did anything like that until yesterday. So, well, this is a pattern I found on YouTube, but still, you guys get what I'm saying. So my masks are not perfect. My cuts are not even or perfect. My stitch work, not perfect, but functional. I don't have any elastic. I hear it's hard to come by, but I seen a post on Facebook today that said that if you are making face masks, Joann Fabrics has the patterns cut for you and they will give you elastic. So I'm thinking about calling up tomorrow and saying, hey, I've got face masks made. I just need elastic. Can I get some? They're saying they're donating it to the cause, and then you can bring it back to them and they will get it to the hospitals and such. So, you know, that'd be awesome if I could just get the elastic for it. Otherwise, I'll just have to go purchase it. Yeah, here's another goof up I did. So I've got 2 stitches here and a stitch line here. And if you flip it around, you see that when I stitched this flap here, which will fold over with holding the elastic, this part completely pulled away, so I had to like re-stitch it. So, you know, they're not perfect, but they should be functional. I'm thinking about keeping this one for myself. I think they're cute. Do something like that. You know, and I know they're not a fashion trend or anything, but I don't see where it hurts to wear one. Especially, like, I wouldn't recommend going out and buying the medical grade ones, because obviously those need to go to our hospitals for our doctors and our nurses. But if you're making them at home, if you want to make them for yourself or your friends or your family, I don't see where there's anything wrong in it. I haven't seen anywhere where it can hurt you. All I'm seeing is that if you're a healthy person, it won't necessarily keep you from catching it, but that if you're a sick person, it can help keep you from spreading it. And so they're kind of urging the public not to really wear it, is what they're saying. But the thing that I find conflicting is that you don't know if you're contagious for 7 to 14 days after being exposed. So my thoughts on it is, if everybody wore a face mask, then the people who don't know that they're contagious wouldn't be out spreading it. Just my line of thinking here. And I can't see how it would possibly hurt you. Like, if it can keep my germs in, how can it not keep your germs out? I don't understand. So I don't know, I'm thinking when I have to go to the grocery store this week, I will wear a face mask just to be on the safe side. But I've got 2 of these done right now, and I'm working on my next batch. We're going with fishies. This is a really soft material. I just think some of these are cute, little happy swimming fishies. I'm hoping that maybe some of these will just, the patterns, maybe will make a patient happy if they see it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see the patterns once they're sewn on, because the last ones I did were floral, and the ones I did yesterday and donated to my cousin's work were this material, still floral. So kind of pretty, but anyways, I was trying to make a bunch of Easter egg ones. Some of you might have seen me post a picture of this on Instagram. I did a bunch of them. I'm trying to find the one with the really shoddy elastic. I tried my hand at making something elastic-esque. Oh, this one ripped completely off. I mean, it would work if it had another one on the other side, except where it's a single line, there's nothing on the inside. It's really not any different from putting a bandana on your face. Whereas these ones, as I mentioned, are double lined with the batting in the middle to hopefully act as a filter. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna continue on and try to power through making a handful of these. That way I can just get elastic tomorrow from Joann Fabrics, pop those on and take them in and get them donated. So let's go ahead and get these done. Good morning. It's Tuesday, I think. I hope. I feel like I can't keep track of the days. Let me know if you feel the same. I finally got that shower. I didn't get one yesterday, but got one this morning, and I feel so much better. So was grimy. Just made up breakfast. We're doing up egg and cheese sandwiches using the leftover biscuits from yesterday. So yeah, egg and cheese sandwiches. Husband got one, I got one, and Levi wanted biscuits and wanted his biscuit with jelly and butter. And then we got some watermelon because we need to get this ate up. Levi begged for it and decided he doesn't like it. I think it's a texture thing. It's a little bit gritty, kind of like how mashed potatoes can be gritty, and he won't touch a mashed potato. So he won't eat it, so we need to. I mean, I like it. It's just like not something I always go for. But anyway, yep, that is breakfast, and we'll see where the day takes us. Before I forget, let's go ahead and do a lettuce update. I know some of you guys like watching this. I know Bailey in particular, she said that she enjoys it. So here it is. They are growing really well, but I don't think they ever got roots on them. I thought they were supposed to start growing roots. And I remember in an update, I thought some of these little tiny leaves down in here were roots, these little tiny ones. But I don't think those are roots. I think those are just little tiny leaves. But you know what? They're growing, and that is what matters. So I think right there we almost have enough for one little tiny salad. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, you big moose. What? Hey, you want to be an inside dog? These are the inside dog rules. Feet get cleaned. And he's off like a rocket. I'm going through so many towels wiping this dog's feet off. I'm so ready for the rainy season to be over with. He's a moose. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I should just leave this back here specifically for foot cleaning instead of consistently grabbing a new clean towel. Are you hungry? Do you want breakfast? Do you want to say hi? Wiggle butt. Wiggle butt. We're gonna go get him something to eat. I never got him a dog bowl, so I'm just using one of our regular bowls. And hey! He wants to be friends with the cat in the worst way. And the cat wants him to leave him alone. Like he's too dingy to get that. Like if he would just stop approaching the cat would be fine. Why don't you go to the basement for a little bit, huh? Go on. Shoo. Cranky furball. Go. Go. You leave the cat alone. My goodness. He just wants to play with him. He wants, like right now he's a bundle of energy. We're all just kind of getting started with the day. And he wants to play with the cat. And the cat is like, F you, don't come anywhere near me. By evening time when he is more calm, the cat is totally chill with it. But it's in the morning when he's just rambunctious and the cat don't know any better either. Right there. I don't think you can see him. He's right on the other side of the bench. He instigates and he's just kind of dingy and don't have a clue. So that's been fun. Also, I really don't know how much to be feeding this dog, so I give him like one big bowl a day, and then he gets tidbits throughout the day. And by the end of the day, he's eating the whole bowl. So like, I don't know. I've never had a big dog before. How much do you feed them? When I had Molly, she got like, I think a cup of food a day. Those tidbits. Put some veggies on top for him. You guys weren't even seeing what I was doing. Yeah, they're throwing some veggies on top. These are what's left over from that roast that we haven't eaten. They've been warmed up. They were cooked and then warmed up, and I don't want to like continuously warm them up. So they're cold, and I'm just putting them on the dog bowl. He likes them, and veggies are good for him. He's got a little ranch in them, but they're not hurting his feelings any. And there we go. He's eating breakfast. Part of why you're crabby because your bowl hasn't gotten filled yet? Is that part of it? Are you hangry? Are you a hangry boy? Probably gonna turn into a jealous boy. Well, he's got a little bit of food in there, but if you have a cat, you know that that might as well not exist because it's not a full bowl. Even if you toss it around and throw some more on top and then they'll eat it. Cat bowl is fed, and now he's not even going down there to eat it, so I don't know. He's just so grumpy, Gus. Not happy about there being a dog. What are you doing, huh? You big horse? You horse? So we still have some of that milk left. Today is the sell-by date on that milk, so I'm really wanting to get it used up. So I'm in here trying to figure out something that needs milk. I was gonna make some cookies. I think we've got like one more pouch of cookies in here, but it doesn't call for any milk. Just eggs and butter and a pouch of cookie mix. So now I'm looking at dinner options because, like I said, I'm trying to make sure we don't have any waste, any food waste. So, I mean, I could always do it mashed potatoes. I was thinking about doing a frozen veg, like a stir fry with chicken, but like I said, I don't want that milk to go to waste. So we could either do like chicken, frozen veggies, just like regular frozen veggies in a pasta dish, or we could do a skillet dinner. I've got one thing left in here, which is the lasagna. I think, yeah, that's been open. So there's one left in here, and then we've got this, which sounds good. And I see on the back where they added vegetables, but I don't think my husband would appreciate that being added. But this calls for 2.5 cups of milk. I'm kind of leaning towards this one because we have another gallon of milk in the fridge that my parents brought by. They just randomly brought by extra supplies for us, which was very nice of them. So it makes it longer before we even need to go out in town. But the milk they brought us has like an extra 5 days on it compared to the milk that we already have. And it normally takes us almost 2 weeks to get through a gallon of milk. So I think I'll go with this just to get a head start on using up that fresh gallon to make sure we don't end up wasting anything. So I think that'll be dinner tonight with some chicken, and we'll do up, like, I don't know, we got like some frozen broccoli or something we can do with it. Frozen veggies, and yeah, I think this will do it. So I did a little extra gardening yesterday, planting, whatever you want to call it. Here's the broccoli, I'm doing really good. Here's my green beans starting to come up. One of them's sprouting pretty good. I think there's one coming up here. No, that's just a dirt clod, I think. Well, we got one coming up at least. I don't see anything else sprouting just yet. But that's okay. Are you guys even seeing any of this, or am I showing you the woodwork? Oh, we got something coming up in that one. Right down in there. Nothing on these ones yet either. That's okay. But then I planted these ones. And I used yogurt cups. They're all in a to-go container to catch any extra water because I poked holes in the bottom of the yogurt cups for drainage. So we've got some spaghetti squash in the 2 bigger cups over here. The rest of them are cucumber. And then I'm trying out a greenhouse method with some more spaghetti squash outside. So I will show you that here in a second. Okay, and then I've got another takeout box down here that has a lid, obviously. And this is supposed to act like a greenhouse method, having the lid on it. It can get heat and sunlight and all that good stuff. And hopefully it stays a little bit warmer inside, and maybe it'll help them grow. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of experimenting. But I'm going to sit out here and color while the boys run around and get their energies out. It's finally dry enough. Yesterday, everybody was cooped up inside except for Yoshi, who would come out for potty breaks. But this kid was driving me crazy, and that one was needing a playmate. He's a little too big for them to really be roughhousing inside, though we roughhousing him some. So you can tell they're both just happy to be outside together and be running around. Hey guys, so we just have some great news. I'm so excited. So if you guys have heard, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, interest rates got slashed majorly on loans. So I think it's like 1% or something, like it's super low. And so we decided to look into refinancing our car and our personal loan. Something I've talked about doing for a while now, just so that we can have our car title, but I was expecting to have to pay more money because that was before all this happened. Now that interest rates are so much lower, we decided, okay, well, now's definitely the time to look into it. So we just called and talked to the bank and got approved for a $9,000 loan. We have to come in with $211 cash to even everything out, because I didn't want to do like, I need $9,211. I'm like, I got a little bit on me, we'll just pay that off in cash and just do an even $9,000, because that's obviously just going to make your payments a little lower. I mean, that might not have affected anything at all, but maybe it made a difference, I don't know. So yeah, we are going to be paying off Mike's car. We owe like $5,500 roughly on it. So we will get the title to his car and we will own it, which is fantastic. To have the title to something and own it, it means that if things get super bad, it can't get taken away. And with a personal loan, there's no collateral against it, which would be like a car loan or a car title, sorry. So that's considered collateral. So like if you default on a loan and you have a car loan, they'll come and take your car. Well, if you have a personal loan, there's no collateral against it. I mean, they can take you to court and sue you over it, but like they're not going to come and take anything away from you. And now I'm backlit. You guys know I'm fantastic at lighting. So I'm having so much problems with my asthma lately, like kind of freaks me out, but I have no other symptoms, just a tight chest, and my inhaler has been working. That's been going on for like almost 2 weeks now. I think I've just got so much anxiety buildup over everything, and then not being able to work my job and feeling like, you know, we're good for this month, but what about next month? So anyways, back to the loan stuff. Yeah, so we got approved. We owe like $3,600 on our personal loan that we had, so we just combined the both of them for an even $9,000. Like I said, we're just going to pay up the difference today, because we owed a little more than that. And we'll get the title to my husband's car, so we will officially own one of our cars, which is fantastic. Just because you don't know what's gonna happen, how everything's gonna pan out. I can't foresee anything happening with my husband's job, but if my husband was to get sick and pass away from this, like, there's no way that I could pay everything that we owe. And I know for sure that our Dodge Journey would probably get repossessed, because there's no way that I could pay what we owe on that. Speaking of, we're talking about looking into refinancing that as well, which would be awesome. One thing at a time. So yeah, to own it, to have a title to one of the cars and own it is like a big relief. It feels fantastic. I don't understand how people lease cars all the time and never own it. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to have ownership. Like, I know there's perks with leasing, but there's no security in it. It just makes me nervous. I'd never personally want to do it. And so I'm excited to have the title to my husband's car. We will own it officially. It's kind of funny because the car I drive is a loan under his name and he pays for it, and the car that he drives is a loan under my name and I pay for it. So his car, but I'll own it. Anyway, I gotta get Yoshi inside from going potty, and we gotta get the kids all ready so we can head up to the bank, and we're supposed to meet the loan representative out in the parking lot because the bank itself is closed. So we'll have to see how this pans out. But, oh, I'm so excited. Hey guys, it's Tuesday evening. I'm not able to donate plasma today because their scheduling system is so weird. They're not taking nearly as many appointments. So I have to switch that over till tomorrow. So I'll be Wednesday, Friday instead of Tuesday, Thursday, but whatever. I just feel so much better now that I know that we don't have to worry about getting those 2 loans paid. Like, all the tightness I've been having in my chest and stuff almost feels like it's gone. Like, I think that all of that was just anxiety, which I have that happen. Got a marshmallow and a knife because I'm making myself some s'mores. Ira's up from his nap. Levi will be getting up soon. He took a very late nap. Anybody else do this? Where you just feel like having a roasted marshmallow? Just me? That's cool. Just wanted something sweet, and I seen the marshmallows in the back of the cabinet, and I was like, oh, roast me up a marshmallow real quick. How well done do you like your marshmallow? This is a little too much for me. I like it like that, the light brown, but like all the way around. So good. So much easier than lighting a campfire. This is why I'm fat. So, got chicken going in the oven. Went ahead, yeah, my kitchen's a mess. I swear, I get it cleaned and it's trashed again. Like, I can't keep up. Granted, a lot of those bottles over there are bottles that we have refilled with water just to have water on hand to be on the safe side. We've also done it with like jars and stuff. We're just in case, just because everybody else is doing it. I mean, we bought 2 cases of water just to be on the safe side. We haven't bought any more than that, but we've just been filling up little bottles here and there. But yeah, I feel so much better after knowing that we don't have to worry about bills next month. Everything's covered, everything's good. It's amazing. And I just seen, at least I caught the tail end of the subject matter, but I'm pretty sure that the stimulus package got approved today. So I think it's like $1,000 per adult and $500 per kid is my take on that. So that's exciting. It'd be a good boost for everybody. Yeah. That was good. Today's just been a good day. I mean, I know we're stuck at home, and like, I know there's a lot of bad going on with the virus, but today in particular for us has just been a good day, and I think it's been like a moral boost, morale boost that we needed to like know that we're going to be financially okay and that we're able to stay at home, and hopefully none of us will get sick. So just because this thing's so scary, I've been reading about how the death of it works pretty much with this thing, and it's just terrifying. And like, I'm really am scared to get it. I mean, I think everybody should be scared to get it, but knowing that I've got asthma and I read an article talking about how people with asthma are at higher risk, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's a chest infection, and people with asthma never do well with chest infections, myself included. And reading about how people die from it just hit so close to home, reading about the symptoms and what it feels like. And I'm like, been there. Okay, like not to the point where I needed a ventilator, but like the beginning stages part where like you can't really breathe, can't catch your breath, can't, like, everything's getting you winded. Like, been there. Like, when you have an asthma attack and you feel like you're gonna die, and you're never gonna get another breath of air in your life, and you're just gasping for it. Been there. And just to think of it being like a slow, progressive drowning, like, man, it sounds terrifying. And then of course we got our babies here, and we don't want them getting it, so we're just trying to keep everybody at home. I mean, we did have to go to the bank today to sign papers, but the bank was otherwise shut down. We were the only people in there. If you need to go to the bank, at least around here, you're able to go through the drive-through part of the bank. But I thought it was kind of funny. When we walked in, the loan officer came and greeted us at the door and opened everything up for us to come in. And I overheard somebody from the drive-thru say, well, why do they get to come in? And the person working the drive-thru said, because they're family. It's like, thank you. That's like taking that next step of we treat our customers like family, you know. I don't know why she told them that we're family. Maybe she was misinformed, but we had an appointment with the loan officer. So, and that's how you are able to go into the bank, is if you have an appointment. It's by appointment only. So, God, I can just breathe so much better. Anxiety is the worst. Like, that massive weight I've had on my chest for the last 2 weeks, and now I can breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, man. It's amazing how much better you can feel when you get rid of anxiety. I mean, I don't think it's all anxiety, because I still feel a little tightness in my chest. Like I said, I think I've been having some issues with asthma, because normally when it's my anxiety getting that bad, my inhaler won't do anything for it. And here lately, my inhaler does help. So I think a little bit of it is probably allergies. I'm a little sneezy and my chest has been a little tight, but the massive pressure I felt on my chest, which I thought was all maybe possibly asthma, is just, I can breathe again, which is amazing. Yeah, so I was talking about dinner. We're gonna make up the chicken Alfredo. I think I mentioned that earlier. I've got 4 chicken breasts going in the oven, so 2 for tonight, and then we'll do chicken salads for lunch tomorrow. So the chicken will be in the fridge and ready for that for tomorrow. I was debating on if we should go out to the grocery store Thursday, but I really think we should just hunker down, stay home, don't bother with it, wait it out. We've really got enough of everything. We're almost out of cheese, like sliced cheese, but that's like really the only thing we're about out of. So it's like, why put ourselves at risk over cheese? I've got the rest of our shredded cheese defrosting right now. We've got a bag of mozzarella and a bag of this stuff, and that should last us a good week or more with the shredded cheese. And then our last packet of lunch meat is sitting somewhere. Like I said, my kitchen's a disaster. Oh, I actually put this one on a plate. Should do that with the cheese. But our ham is thawing out because we ate the last of our turkey lunch meat this morning on our egg sandwiches. We will use up the rest of that gallon of milk today, and then we'll have a fresh gallon to start on tomorrow, and that'll have 5 days on it. So not a ton of time to drink the milk, but you know, that's like almost an extra week that we can stay in the house before we'll be out of milk. So, oh, and if you guys remember from a couple vlogs ago, I said we picked up Olive Garden so we could try this. This stuff is actually good. I think it's more like a champagne. They said it's a wine. Oh, it's imported from Italy. So fancy. They said it's a wine. Sweet pink confetti. But it's bubbly like champagne, which I thought that was the difference between wine and champagne. I thought they were both made from grapes, but one was bubbly and one was not. But this is actually good. Like my husband and I, in one night, drank all of that. Which I think everybody just needs a little bit of a relaxer right now. We're not much for drinking typically, but that was quite enjoyable. I think it was like $24. We spent a lot at Olive Garden. Like $89. Like, we went ham. Like, I was shocked when we got the bill. Like, I was expecting about 20 or so on the wine, so that wasn't surprising. But my husband ordered an appetizer, and he ordered a dozen of breadsticks, which I think our meals came with breadsticks anyways, because we ended up with like 2 dozen breadsticks. Like, we ate breadsticks with other meals for like 3 or 4 days after. And then he ordered like a $20 plate for himself. So with mine, with the breadsticks, with the wine, and then we also ended up getting like a pint of Alfredo sauce for dipping. Like, and plus I did a tip. So after the tip, it was like $89 at Olive Garden, and I was like, holy cow! We went all out. But I guess that's the money you have available to spend when you don't go anywhere. Not really. I mean, I think, did we use his plasma card for that? I don't remember. We don't typically have money for eating like that, but like, I don't know. Yeah. We went all out at the Olive Garden. But anyways, if you guys are thinking about trying this wine, it's really good. I think I'll get myself another glass. I'd like it better without the alcohol taste. But it's good. And yeah, hopefully it's still fizzy and not gonna like be flat, because I've been sitting in here for a couple of days. Sticky in my cabinet for a moment. See, yep, it's still caffeinated. It is good, you guys. I've never found a wine I like, but that is good. It's not nearly as bubbly as it was. It's getting a little bit flat, but it's almost sweeter now. Now that it's been open and sitting in the fridge. Maybe it's just because I haven't tasted it in a couple of days. But I would be maybe open to getting another bottle. I don't know. Like, not anytime soon, but like eventually. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and close out the vlog for today. We did talk to the loan officer a little bit about refinancing the Dodge Journey for a lower interest rate, and she just told us that when we got back to the house to send her mileage and the VIN number and how much we owe currently. And so we did that, and then we haven't heard back from her. So I'm guessing we won't hear I'm guessing we won't hear anything back from her until tomorrow. But if we could get that refinanced for a lower interest rate, even if it would only save us like an extra $100 a month, like, that would be fantastic. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end things here so I can get this edited for you guys to watch tomorrow. I know it's super boring, but thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe I could keep you company while we're all stuck inside. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up so other people can find it. Subscribe if you've not already, because I'd love to have you here. And I hope to catch you in my next video.